edition. I am Adesuwa Ifedi, Senior Vice President for Africa for Heifer International, and I'm deeply honored to have you here, standing before this room that is buzzing with energy and passion, with a dream to transform our continent. It's been an awesome 2 days for all of us who've been here. Is that true? Yeah. If you think it's been an awesome 2 days, please put your hands together. I have felt very inspired by the quality and passion of innovators that we've had the privilege to watch, share their dreams and share their energy with us. Today, we are sitting at a pivotal moment for Africa, for agri-tech, and for Africa's food systems. I don't know if you have noticed, but our continent is undergoing transformation, powered by the ingenuity of young, ambitious Africans, risking everything to transform the continent. Young agri-techs across the continent are advancing transformation of the sector. They are revolutionizing how we feed, how we share information, how farmers tackle climate resilience challenges. And I have to connect the dots of this very powerful event before you today. In the last 5 years, Africa has seen a surge in agricultural startup, from Kenya's digital marketplace to Nigeria's precision irrigation platforms, and to Ghana's satellite-based yield prediction tools as well. Across the continent, more than 2,000 AgTech startups are operating today. Many are led by young Africans, and their innovation is unlocking opportunities for agriculture and for Africa's food systems. But there is more to these youth-led ventures. They're not just setting up tech solutions. They are creating tech-enabled jobs. In East Africa alone, the firms have generated over 150,000 direct jobs, and with hundreds of thousands of other indirect jobs also created across other sectors in agriculture as well. Every startup employs a software coder. They employ tech-savvy extension service workers. They employ customer service teams. They bring digital learning and skills into rural communities. The ripple effect of this is real. Smallholder farmers are being connected to digital platforms. Smallholder farmers are also reporting increased productivity, up to 30% across several value chains. In one study in Nigeria alone, smallholder farmers use soil sensors and advanced SMS texting platforms to increase yield in the maize value chain up to 25% within 18 months. These gains have translated to food security. They've also translated to household income for smallholder farmers, as well as building resilience. From the climate perspective, agri-tech is helping to use 15% less water, reduce fertilizer usage up to 20%, and adopt regenerative agriculture best practices. Platforms also enable the reduction of carbon and its emission into the atmosphere. I can say confidently that our continent's youths are the cutting edge of green technology revolution. So far, 100 million smallholder farmers have been brought to digital platforms and agricultural food systems in Africa in 2025. 2 million new jobs have also been created in the last 5 years in our continent. 8 million hectares have also been plowed. Can we please put our hands together for young agtechs in the continent? However, in contrast, let's imagine what our continent might look like in 2035 if all the hindrance to access to finance for young Africans is removed and young Africans can access the finance they need to disrupt Africa's food systems. Well, I decided to ask ChatGPT to find out what that will look like. And ChatGPT says that. 1 minute. Technology. So ChatGPT says that we will have been looking at a profound transformation. The data shows that we would have created millions of jobs, irrigated huge hectares. ChatGPT also says that we would have also reversed the import dependency of food in our continent. Africa will be producing and feeding itself across the continent. It also says that we would have slashed climate impacts on farmers significantly in 2035 if the youth get what they need for financing. In contrast, let's imagine what happens if this talent is blocked and financing doesn't get to youths by 2035. Again, I decide to ask ChatGPT what it thinks, right? And it says, millions of rural youths shut out of innovation ecosystem, drifting towards informal low-wage work. Smallholder farmers stuck with traditional practices, yield stagnating, leading to escalating food prices and growing hunger. Tech-driven climate solutions never scale, intensifying carbon emission from agriculture and weakening resilience. Persistent food import dependency, Africa pays hundreds of millions of dollars to import staples that we could otherwise have produced in our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that this is a future that we cannot afford. And for that reason, I believe that we should understand how inspiring it is for us to be at this point in history, where we can reverse that possibility, where we can transform the future of our continent. Now, one of the things that I find really interesting is when we think about the work of young Africans in agriculture, and we assume that that is a privilege to provide otherwise unemployable youths something to keep them engaged and busy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that this view into the future of 2035, with or without the investments needed to transform Africa's agriculture in the hands of African youths, tell us that there is more to this story. Young Africans are the pivotal, critical ingredients that this continent needs, not only to address food challenges, not only to disrupt in agriculture, but also to transform our economy and to turn the continent into the world's biggest exporter of food. Today, Africa has the largest arable land for agriculture. Today, Africa has the largest growing population of youth. Let us imagine what magic will happen if capital comes in to combine our young Africans with our potential for food production. So today, it's our honor as Heifer International to stand here before you and to declare that we do see an AgTech generation rising in our continent. And so, to the government, we want to say, please support by creating policies and an enabling environment for the youth to thrive. To our investors, we want to say, do not think that when you invest in agri-tech, you are investing in just the business. You are investing in a continent's potential to unlock what it is capable of doing, not just for Africans, but for the rest of the world. To every one of us seated here today, you have a role to play. You can mentor, you can coach, you can be on an advisory board. You can provide whatever support you need to provide. You don't have to be a Gen Z to be part of the agriculture technology generation that is rising. I invite every one of us today to join us as we celebrate the biggest hidden secret in Africa's transformation, Africa's best potential, Africa's best resource, our youth, and how they begin to power the transformation of our continent. And so with that, I thank you all. I welcome you to a very exciting time today. Thank you.
Very insightful indeed. With the rising of the AgTech generation, Africa's food system